Okay, now we'll try again. Plain old Chuck back here. As threatened, as promised. We're going to make some corn dogs. I started this once, but obviously I had hit the write protected tab on the memory card, and it didn't take. So there's my mistake out of the way for today. We're all done with mistakes, so we'll start over. In my Tupperware Cool Whip bowl, I have a cup of cornmeal, cup of flour, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, a half a teaspoon of salt, and I'm going to add 1 egg, 2 tablespoons of butter, or you can use oil in place of the butter. I just always use the butter. And 1 1/4 cups of buttermilk. We'll mix it all up. We got our dogs on a stick. One thing, you want to dry your hot dogs really well. Any moisture off of the hot dogs before you dip them, because if they're wet or moist, the coating won't stick to them as well. So dry your hot dogs. Let me see if I can find something to dip these in, and I'll get this mixed up and we'll start. Our egg, our 2 tablespoons of butter, one and a quarter cups of buttermilk, and give it a good mix. We got our oil heating up. We want it right around 350. This is usually where I make a terrible mess. When you get it to the consistency you like, I try to find a tall, narrow glass to pour it into. And we'll see where our grease is at. Just great. 354. That ought to be just about, almost, not quite perfect. You only need a couple minutes on each side, so I may have put a little too much batter in the I found that giving them a little twist as you bring them out kind of helps the coating stick. Now the darkness is personal preference. I kind of like a little bit of crisp on mine. But they do have to be rotated fairly regularly. And one done. See if we have better luck with this one. You can probably do two at a time, but you have to be pretty cautious to maintain the temperature of the grease. This one not so well, kind of peeled back a little bit. It'll be one of the samples that I'll have to taste and try. As you can see, that's what happens when your hot dog has a little moisture on it. The batter will pull away from the hot dog a little bit. Still completely edible, which I'll prove eventually. Anyway, you get the procedure. Dip and fry. Nothing to it. So I'll put the recipe. There's quite a few recipes on YouTube, but this is the one I like the best. A lot of them are a lot simpler, but I don't mind mixing the ingredients up myself, so I kind of like this one. But I'll link the video in the description as to on the video where I got this recipe, and you can watch it if you'd like. Hers come out better than mine. For some reason, these seem to be puffing up a bit too much. Maybe I would cut back on the baking powder a wee little bit. Maybe the last couple, I'm going to try to thin the batter a little bit. We'll see if that makes it better or worse. I think it made it worse. Definitely worse on that one. Yeah, that one just fell completely apart. So it looks like there's going to be at least 3 that I'm going to have to eat tonight. As much as I hate to do it, I'll bite the bullet. Yeah, it's way too thin now. Do not thin the batter. That's why we practice. I surely didn't want to wait to get to fish pond and experiment like this and end up giving James a bad corn dog. But there you have it. Only one major disaster. One exploded wiener. Other than that, the rest are edible. So I'll get set up here and get out a little ketchup and mustard and give one a try and see how they go. There's always a big debate on corn dogs as to ketchup or mustard. So we'll do both. Pretty darn good. Well, I got a couple mistakes I got to clean up here. So I'll get busy on them. Talk to you all later. Be kind to one another. See you on the next one.